At Mercedes here in the garage, and everyone at Brackley gives their all every weekend. How would you sum up the weekend? You got some points, but maybe not as many as you deserve.
Yeah, I mean the push that we're having back home in Prix and in Brackley is enormous with this dual program, and that's why it's disappointing that we aren't able, to monetize on this on the good car at the moment. Tricky start, and then obviously Kimi was taken out by Sainz, and the race afterwards wasn't good. So. Yeah, it's a shame for, I just need to say thank you for all of the hard work that's happening at home. But today, maybe the in the car was not great.
George was closing on Oscar a little bit. Maybe something was possible.
Yeah, I think the only opportunity would have been the undercut, but that's also difficult whether you make it all the way to the end. Overtaking is really bad, and the pace wasn't there.
Okay, see you in Mexico. Thanks.
Which was your race ultimately decided at the start today?
Yeah, it was. I made a good start, off the line, but Max covered Lando, and I expected Lando to go to the outside to defend from Charles, and he didn't. And I just got stuck behind him and overtaken by Lewis and Oscar, so that was really frustrating. But right now in F1, it's a race to turn one. There's no tyre degradation. There's only 3 tenths between the quickest car and the slowest car in the top 6. And normally you need at least half a second to overtake. So, if I came out of turn 1 in P3, I'd have been on the podium today. But instead I came out in P6 and I finished P6.
5 races to go. Ferrari have got some good points today. How much is this battle? How fierce is this battle between you guys, and how important is it to finish ahead of them?
Well, at this rate, Red Bull are going to be ahead of us. So, it swings so quickly. Ferrari qualified 9th and 10th in the sprint race. If that was the main race, that'd have been a lot of points to us, and they'd have had a bad weekend. And as I said, it's such fine margins. If I was 20 milliseconds quicker in qualifying yesterday, I'd have been on the front row and, probably on course to finish second in the race. And it's just, as I said, qualifying's massive. Turn 1 is massive, and I don't even remember the last 2-stop race in F1 now. It's just quite processional, unfortunately.
Just finally, can you look at any races coming up in the final 5 that will be good for you, that you can have a positive outlook on, or is it going to be incredibly fierce all the way?
I think Qatar and Vegas realistically are our 2 best shots, but again, it all just comes down to the lap in qualifying. If you do the job, I'm just watching the replay of Kimi and Carlos. Kimi and Carlos. It just comes down to that lap in qualifying. If you do a really strong lap and you're on the front row, you can hold the position, and if you don't, it's going to be the same in Mexico. So it's going to come down to Q3 and the race start.